What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Exos Heroes, I'm presenting to you guys this review on an amazing hero unit known as Rudley. So let's review him today, one of the most sought out unit in the entire game, and let's try to discuss why, alright? First of all, he is a nature type element hero unit who is definitely going to keep on recovering a lot of mana whenever there is an opponent or an ally right out there in the battlefield with lower than 30% of their max health. So this is the reason why nature type element heroes are very good at stocking up on mana, especially in the PvP contents, thanks to the exchange of a lot of damages right over there. The next thing is that like his attack type unit, that means he's definitely going to scale up on a lot of damages, and guess what guys, he's definitely going to gain +1 mana whenever he strikes the opponent, okay? And the next thing is that he's a physical type hero unit, meaning he's definitely going to have better defense and HP stats compared to the magical hero unit like let's say Bathory right over there, and definitely he's going to have a little bit lower attack stats than compared to Bathory in exchange. So that is that, and definitely he's going to be quite helpful, especially in those stages where opponents are immune to magical damages, and in that case this guy can really help you guys and kick the ass of those kind of opponents. So there we go. Now let's look into his basic stats right over here. Looking into the HP points, that's pretty good for a physical unit. 4,447, pretty good and pretty average actually. Defense is gonna be 962, that is pretty average as well, and pretty good as well, because like you can actually tank a lot of damages coming from the opponents. And as an attacking unit, he's going to have an attack of 1,155, which is pretty average for a physical type attacking unit, just like Rachel right over there. So pretty much a decent stat right over here. And looking into the critical hit, it's only 20 points, which is definitely going to help him out a lot. But still, having a very high damage multiplier on his skills, he's pretty much going to put the lights out of the opponents. But still, if he could just scale on his critical hit and critical damage as well, he could definitely, you know, like make it sure that the opponents stay down, okay? And having only just 20 points on the critical hit, that's a very severe disadvantage for an attack type hero unit. So you definitely must be improving his fate core, his fated armors when it comes to like attacking type stats, and his weapons, so that you can improve a lot of his critical hit rate right over there. Because just look into it, Bathory has a critical hit of 150 points, and when it comes to Zennosh, he has a total of 280 critical hit points. That's a lot, isn't it? So compared to 280, 20 points, oh my god, it's so pathetic indeed for an attacking type unit. Come on. All right, and his attack speed is going to be 95. Quite fast but not superb, because look into it, Rera has an attack speed of 115, our Baraka has an attack speed of 114, Jean has an attack speed of 115. Attack speed really does determine like how fast you are gonna gain your next turn, or are you gonna be the first one to start off the battle whenever there is a PvP content right over there, or how fast are you gonna be against your opponents. So that is that guys, and definitely it's gonna be a really crucial factor in improving your DPS against your opponents, right? So pretty good but not superb in my opinion. So that's that guys, and rest of the other stats pretty much normal I guess. So there we go. Now let's look into his skills. Let's see why he's so much sought out in the content right over there. First of all, let's start with his passive skill right over here. It's called counter 3, meaning he's gonna counter upon taking damage. So whenever he's gonna take damage from the opponent, he's going to counter the opponent right away with really good damage right out there. Gain mana, 1 mana if target dies. Like let's say he's going to counter the opponent and the opponent pretty much dies during the counter. That means he's gonna gain 1 mana right over there. He's gonna gain 1 additional mana if the health of the target is at 70% or more. So there we go guys, whenever you are going to counter the opponent and the opponent has 70% health at that time, he's definitely going to gain another mana right over there. So there we go, that's how the counter really works. So it's pretty cool guys, and counter is definitely going to allow him to stack up on a lot of mana really nicely, because as an attack type unit, whenever he is going to land a hit, he's going to gain +1 mana, right? So counter definitely is going to improve his mana count by +1 right over there as well. So there we go guys. Now let's look into his first skill. Lightning attack, required mana 3. Wow, that's quite expensive. It's an active skill. A single target deals 525% damage to one enemy. Wow, I mean like just a first skill to have this kind of amazing damage output. It's totally awesome, guys. 525% damage to one enemy. Jesus, that's a lot of damage multiplied right over there, guys. I mean, like, if you have really built your Rudley really nicely, I mean, like, even his first skill is quite enough to put the lights out of the opponent. So there we go. And he has a Vanguard status effect, grants a barrier of 51% of own maximum health to self and another ally if marked with command for 12 freaking turns when hit. Wow, there we go. And you might be asking, what is this command? Who is gonna provide this command synergy? And it's gonna be Garf. Yes, Garf or Fate Core Garf. They are going to provide this synergy effect to the allies. And if Rudley is the one to get that synergy effect called command, he's actually going to provide this Vanguard effect to himself and to a particular another ally, okay, that provides a 51% of his own maximum health as the barrier. And definitely it's going to be quite helpful, especially for the PvE as well as the PvP contents, to tank up some damage from the opponents, and which definitely is going to improve your survival rate. And thanks to that 525% damage, is definitely not going to lack on any kind of damage output against the opponent. So there we go, guys. So I think 3 mana cost is pretty much really justified. All right, and now let's look into his second skill right over here. It's gonna be called the Decisive Strike. This is the one which people really do love a lot, okay? This is so cool. Just look at that. It only requires 4 mana, and guess what, guys? It has a burst effect on it, which is so freaking damn amazing. Freaking damn amazing. Only requiring 4 mana as a nature element hero unit, you are definitely going to get this Decisive Strike, you know, like ready to charge almost all the freaking time. And being able to burst out this attack, that means like if he has 10 mana instead of just 4 mana, this skill is gonna use those excessive 6 mana, meaning like a total of 10 mana right over there to improve his damage output. I think his final damage might even go over 1000% damage if he has 10 mana. So that can pretty much knocks the light off of the opponent really nicely. Burst time is definitely awesome, especially if you are trying to take care of the first Guardian hero units. So this is the reason why against the current meta, which is the first Guardian hero units, or let's say the Dragon Emperor Knight warriors like Fate Core Jeon, Fate Core Anastasia, Fate Core Maggie, Fate Core Rera, against those kind of units, this Rudley is definitely going to be of a very big help, guys. A very big help, because it's definitely going to make it sure, unless the opponent is really good at dodging the attack, like let's say Fate Core Rera, that can be a little bit troublesome right over there. Anyways, he's also gonna provide that effect called Vanguard to himself and a certain ally if he's marked with the command, okay, and he's gonna provide that 73% barrier to himself, okay, and a certain ally of his maximum health for 13 turns. And that is so cool, guys. 13 turns of barrier, wow, and 73% of his own maximum health. Come on, guys, just think about it. He's a physical type unit, so he really does have a very good amount of hit points, and 73% of his total hit points is a lot of barrier right over there. So definitely a very cool skill indeed, especially if you have Garf in your team, because Garf is the one who is going to provide that command a synergy effect, okay? So there we go. That's really awesome. I really like that one. And his wow, his ultimate skill really looks too good, guys. Just look at that. It kind of reminds me of Yamato from the Devil May Cry. I really don't know why, but that's a Getsuga Tensho, guys. And his first skill really looks like this one, a quick slash, okay? It's like, you know, like it reminds me of the Samurai Axe, you know, Kenshin Himura or Batosai. Just look at it, guys. The lightning strike. Oh my god, it looks really cool, isn't it? And it's gonna be his ultimate skill. That's gonna be the Decisive Strike, which is a burst damage with 4 mana cost. And if he has 10 mana, oh my god, his damage is gonna be scaling off the roof, which is definitely going to be quite helpful for you guys to counter the first Guardian units like Fate Core Jeon and Fate Core Anastasia when they are really going to cause a lot of trouble for you guys, alright? So there we go. So do be careful about that one. Anyways, looking into all those kind of things is definitely one of the most amazing unit out there. If you are asking me like how would I rate him in the PvP content, definitely he's a 9 over 10, maybe 9.5 over 10 as well, depending upon the current scenario. I mean, like, his nuking damage is very very essential in the PvP contents if you really want to take care of the first guardian units right away ASAP, especially if there is a Garf in the team. OMG, he providing a really good barrier for himself and a particular ally is definitely going to be very very helpful for you guys to keep on improving the endurance and vitality of your hero units. All right, so there we go, and that's a Radare for you. All right, so that is that, guys. Wow, the current meta being the first guardian units and being able to counter them really nicely, this guy is a must-have unit. Okay, for some guys he might even be a SS tier unit, but for right now I would definitely love to place him in the S tier. SS tier, depending upon the personal perspective, like how you really think that he is going to be very very useful to you guys, it's really up to you. I mean, like, he also really does have really good amount of attack speed, that is 95 points, not really that bad. That means he's gonna gain his next turn really quite fast compared to other hero units out there. All right, and that's going to be quite useful for you guys, but him being quite like lacking on those critical hit, having only 20 points as critical hit is definitely not going to be that quite helpful, because like if he can actually channel on his critical damage, definitely his damage is going to be superb, like more than superb, super exponential. All right, and if you can manage to get that one, that's going to be really good. You can pretty much team him up with like Fate Core Annie, who is going to improve his critical hit rate by 300%, and provide him +3 mana right off the bat, especially if you have a Fate Core Rachel, or let's say Fate Core, or not Fate Core, I mean like Jinai on the team. Then with that +1 mana, a total of 4 mana is going to be there, and with that 4 mana he's actually going to burst his damage output just like that. That means it's a total knockout of a certain opponent right away, unless they are pretty much protected by a triangle effect, or else, or unless they dodge the attack. Okay, so that is the situation right over here with Fate Core Annie plus the Raquel, or let's say Jinai. He's definitely going to be really helpful. I mean, like, he's going to be able to burst out his damage right off the bat, and if the Garf is around, he's going to definitely improve the survivability of the entire team. And that's all I have to say to you guys. In the PvE contents, I would say like I would give him about 8 over 10, because like he definitely lacks AoE damage, and AoE damage is very very important in order to like control the crowds, try to have very quick clearance, and it's definitely not going to be really that super helpful, especially in the dragon raids as well, the holy dragon grants, because it's not going to provide that 250% extra damage to the dragon, or decrease the damage coming from the breath of the dragon. Okay, so that is also another limitation right over there. So I think in the PvE contents, 8 points is quite cool. Okay, because at least he can pretty much keep on excelling with those really high nuke damages, plus that barrier providing to the teams, plus himself is definitely going to improve the survival rate right over there. So 8 over 10 for the PvE contents. For the PvP contents, I would definitely say about 9 to 9.5 over 10. It's definitely that good. So this is it. This is pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.